We've got tips on quarantine self-care from local mental health experts. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, a local woman barely escaped disaster this Monday when her dog cracked through the ice near the Snake River Inlet on Lake Dillon. The dog fell in first, and the woman went after it, turning hypothermic after just 5 minutes in the water. Summit Sheriff Jamie Fitzsimons.
It could have had a really different outcome, terrible outcome, and it didn't. Everybody survived. Person survived the felon. The dog survived.
She's doing just fine now, but deputies warn everyone to be wary of rapidly thawing ice, especially next week when temperatures soar over 60 degrees. Summit County commissioners are reviewing changes right now to the Safer at Home order, including big questions about curbside retail, services like hair salons, and the definition of strict precautions. Public health is looking to the state and feds for guidance on face masks and distancing, especially for places like salons, defined by Governor Jared Polis as one-on-one services. County Commissioner Elizabeth Lawrence.
I would be in support of our salons and personal services here opening up. We might need a few more days, say until May 1st.
So how is a one-on-one service different than a restaurant or a busy bike shop?
One provider is servicing one person at the same time versus a restaurant. You could have, say, 20 employees and 60 patrons at the same time.
Restaurants will likely remain closed to in-person dining through mid-May at least, while some curbside pickup can return next week for retail with county approval. Commissioners review a final draft of the order tonight or early tomorrow for approval by the public health director soon after. Safer at Home rules should take effect next Monday. County tax revenue could suffer an $8.2 million loss by year's end, the first major decline in more than a decade. County Finance Director Marty Ferris.
These are obviously very much guesstimates because we don't know what's going to happen and how long things are going to be shut down.
Public transit takes the biggest hit, nearly $4 million, offset, though, by $1.8 million in federal assistance. The general fund loses $3 million. Both rely on sales taxes. Ferris expects emergency services and early childhood funding fed by mill levies to be mostly untouched. Local therapist Christine Curtis says you rarely realize how important habit can be until your life is upended.
We are kind of like creatures of habit, drawn to our daily routines and structures, and so when those are experiencing disruption, it really requires that we kind of go back to the drawing board and rework and retool some of our efforts.
Coronavirus has amplified deep-seated mental health problems in Summit, and no one of any age is immune.
I know certainly our families have had to adjust with having kids at home, and not only is it the parents that have had to adapt to new routines, but it's the entire family system.
Curtis is Chief Behavioral Health Officer at Summit Community Care Clinic with therapists for kids, teens, and adults.
So we suggest a lot of exercise. We suggest some of that meditation and mindfulness work. And then also that creative side, really tapping into particularly maybe hobbies or other things that will engage your mind.
Care Clinic counseling is available through video or in person by calling 970-668-4040. Building Hope also offers support for free. See buildinghopesummit.org. Town of Dillon has approved a $250,000 small business relief program, the first of its kind in Summit, through low-interest loans instead of grants. Dillon businesses with fewer than 50 employees can apply. Awards are capped at $10,000 with 3 years to repay at 1% annual interest. Applications are due next Wednesday, April 30th. Get details through Town of Dillon website. Dozens of locals are working homeless, living out of their cars while trying to hold down full-time jobs. Advocate Rachel Kelly.
It's not just a Summit County thing. No community escapes homelessness or working homeless. Every community in the United States has that population.
If you are working homeless and need a shower, stop by Lord of the Mountains Church in Dillon on Wednesdays and Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., or call the church at Agape Outpost to schedule a time. Lord of the Mountains also has a 24/7 charging station at the south door. In sports, it's opening day of the 2020 NFL Draft, and the Broncos are thirsty for offense. Alabama wide receivers Jerry Jeudy and Henry Riggins III are top prospects on NFL.com. Oklahoma lineman Kenneth Murray is another. Broncos pick 15th in the opening round, starting at 6 p.m. And in local sports, brought to you by Wilderness Sports in Dillon, A-Basin faithful want to ski so bad this June, they're spitballing ways to prevent a mad rush of pent-up slush hounds if the slopes even open. On Al's blog, one commenter suggests a lottery system for pass holders only. A-Basin says the only lottery they are considering now is for old Pally chairs. Lift replacement for that 41-year-old two-pack begins this summer, with no plans yet for reopening the slopes. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.